Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we are doing another Zerg versus Terran match, and it is once again between BlastRoof and KrasS. And this time KrasS is in the top right instead of in the bottom left. He has been spawning in the bottom left all the time. And yeah, I think Zerg versus Terran is kind of, well, not really balanced at this moment, because it seems that the Zerg players are kind of dominating the Terran players, and that is of course never what you want as a Terran player. I don't really care, but it would be a lot more fun if the matches were perfectly balanced. But it may also be that, well, the players are just better, so the Zerg players are just better than the Protoss, or the Zerg players are better than the Terran players. But you see so many Zerg players getting up to the higher levels of the tournament that you have to kind of doubt whether or not that is due to the fact that Zerg is stronger than the other two races, or that it is because the Zerg players are just better, because they have focused more on micro, for example. But still, it's pretty balanced, because everyone can still win versus anyone if they play well enough, of course. But it's just that, yeah, these little unbalanced things, I couldn't point them out, by the way. I have no clue where they would be. I would have to investigate the game way more to know that. But the little tiny imbalances, those make that these kind of high-level games, that they go one way or another. And of course that is very hard to balance, because you have so many units and so many variables. Because you not only have the units themselves, you also have the amount of units you can have in an army, the length of the build times, the cost of the units, the ability of the units to do damage to other units, whether they range or melee. Those are all variables that you have to take into account, and it becomes a very, very large matrix that you need to balance. And that is just very hard to do. It's a lot easier for games like League of Legends, but still Riot Games doesn't seem to be able to do it. And that annoys me way more than this little imbalance between the races in StarCraft, because the good players will still be able to win, and yeah, that is just not the case in other unbalanced games. So anyway, we see orbital commands coming up, and yeah, also a mule just came up, but that is the details. We have a factory coming up, we have a reactor that is going to be attached to the factory in a moment, and we have a third hatchery coming up. So all in all, just a standard approach. The spawning pool, of course, already up. He doesn't build the metabolic boost yet, so no speed Zerglings, which means that he is going for something else. So not the Zerglings, maybe the Banelings, I don't know. He is taking his gas now, so it may actually point to Banelings. Who knows, who knows. And yes, the factory does have the reactor on it, and is going to produce couples of these Hellions. And the tech lab on the barracks, and a new barracks coming up. But why? Oh, that's just for the upgrades, probably. Come on, combat shield. I don't know what you upgrade first. Anyway, another tech lab coming up, so it's definitely not for the upgrades then. Or not just for the upgrades. Come on, what are you building? Marauder, okay. Marauders against Zerg, you don't see that a lot. Well, against the Banelings they would be nice, but because they they still do decent damage to everything, but yeah, against the roaches they are good. Yeah, of course. So you do see them. It's just not as common as the Marines. Getting two workers there for the price of 2 Hellions. And wow, 5 queens out. Well, he does have 3 bases, so I guess he just produced 2 extra. No, 6 queens out. Never mind. Hang on, let's get a final count. It is indeed 6 queens. And there are 4 marauders out now. 2 marines. Oh, the 2 marines are kind of lonely between all of their much better armored friends. And of course the 6 Hellions that are out, and they are going to do some harassment in a moment, I'm assuming. But for now, they're just sitting there. They're just waiting for something to happen, because they know they can't break this queen defense. And yeah, they have to try to get past the queens at some point. But this would be the safer route to go, because this goes straight into a base instead of going through this whole corner. And then, well, I guess this is a base as well now. But the Hellions are going to come in. They're going to do a little bit of damage to the queens, but it is not going to be good enough to actually scare them. The creep tumor getting sniped, but only 1 creep tumor, I think. And oh, these marauders are going to do so well. So how are the queens? They're not armored. They're not light either. I don't know what they are. And the Hellions, yeah, they get a whole lot of kills on the Zerglings, but nothing else. So let's see, the workers killed is 1 versus 3. It's not a really big difference. It's not a big deal anyway. Let me see if I can switch the colors. Yeah, it's just my screen is not the best for seeing these kind of colors. There is an overlord over here and something is over here. Oh, there it is. Zergling. Yeah, I would like to see like yellow and red. That would be excellent. Because yellow shows up pretty nicely. I am getting a new monitor, so don't worry. Next week, or end of this week I should say, I should have a new monitor. Not a new one, but another one. Anyhow, we are going to expand over here. And that is going to be pretty hard to hold if there's an attack coming in, because it has such a huge ramp over here. But for now, no Terran army to make that push, because the Terran army pretty much is 10 Marines, 3 Marauders, and then the 2 tanks. That's all he has. So going into another base here, and he is now at 3 bases. The engineering bay. Oh, let's see the production tab. Engineering bay really busy. Getting, well, 2 engineering bays obviously. Going for that level 1 weapons and armor. And then the level... How does he have level 1 and level 2 weapons going at the same time? Oh, this is vehicle. Never mind. Never mind. I'm being stupid. So yeah. Oh, having everything going at the same time. And a few medevacts being built. That is excellent. And a tank. Another tank. Yeah, a great amount of army is coming up, but it's just not there yet. And that's why he's building all kinds of defenses with his buildings. Yeah, and the Zerg player is also pretty happy just sitting back, building up. He has a large amount of mutilisks, and some of them aren't flipping the wings. That's kind of a common thing, but let's see how many he has. He has 19 mutilisks, which is a pretty big deal. And yeah, he definitely needs some missile turrets. These are not missile turrets. There's one missile turret. Oh, it was coming up over here. Yeah, so, but that's about it. Doesn't really have anything else. Hang on. Oh, Thor's coming up now to deal with those Mutalisks, and a lot more of these missile turrets coming up. I don't know where though. Oh, over here, in the most vulnerable place, and he has some units not doing anything. So yeah, the Marines trying to snipe something there, but not really managing to find anything. And he is going to take down this destructible rocks. And wow! Just look at that army! Large amount of units. And this is going to be really hard for the Terran to get. I don't think he can get it at this point, because the Mutalisks are just going to snipe this turret, and yeah, there are just too many units. It's going to lose this entire base, and well, no workers got killed there. That's pretty surprising. I thought the Zerglings and Banelings would definitely go for that. Oh, the Thors! One of the Thors gets sniped by all of the Banelings, and the other one by the Zerglings plus Mutalisks. I think he lost all of his Banelings and Zerglings though. Oh, production 106. Yeah, that's not really a problem then. Wow, so many of them coming up. Still 10 Mutalisks available. And he's going to snipe all the tanks, and oh, if these tanks fall, it's done. The Marines cannot handle this amount of Zerglings. If he can keep producing those amounts, well, he only has 20 going now. No, actually, yeah, there goes the rest. And if he can group them up, and he can pick off this army. But he's going to lose a base, and these are all going to be... Oh, come on, what are you going to be? I think they're going to be Zerglings, yeah. Everything is going to be Zerglings. So what are we doing over here? We are just engaging on these Marines, but yeah, it's one by one, and then the Banelings come in, and they are going to destroy everything. Wow! Banelings are so strong, man. And this little army is coming up. It should be able to do some damage, but yeah, the Zerg army is going to be stronger, I think, than the Terran army. And he is going to leave these hatcheries for what they are. Not going to save them. And wow, that was really a big sacrifice. Losing 2 hatcheries like that. But he is going to go in now with his... he wanted to unburrow the units, I guess, but he burrowed instead. And wow, this drop coming up, and the hive... Oh, the hive is under construction. But is it going to go down? Oh no, that's not under construction. Never mind. That is the spawn larva thing. Wow, the fungal growth going down, and once again he's going to lose all of his units to these fungal growths. Fungal growth so strong against the medevacs. And yeah, all of the units go down. So in the meantime, we have some units over here picking off the creep tumors. But yeah, we have a way bigger army now. Some Ultralisks in production, and actually, yeah, it's going to get the armor for them as well. Of course, you want them to be as tanky as possible, because you want them to never die, except to a bunch of tanks, because that's something you can't really control. And there is the command center. It's not going to land, I'm assuming. But it may actually land. No, we did cancel the landing there. So yeah, where are we going? The units currently, yeah, 7 Ultralisk, a few Banelings, big chunk of Zerglings against virtually nothing. Well, the Marines are still pretty available, and yeah, he should be able to do a whole lot with that. Yeah, currently no buildings coming up anymore. It's just all about the those upgrades, and yeah, it's all about what he can do with his current units. And I mean, if you go for Antec right now, that of course is going to cause a lot of damage, but you may want to hold off your units until you have all of the upgrades completed. And yeah, there comes another 3 Ultralisk group, and that is obviously going to be a large chunk. So the Ultralisk coming in here. By the way, if you're wondering, I was trying to feed my cats and try to get 2 of them off my desk while trying to comment on the game, and that is not very fun. So anyway, this is I didn't mention this, but this is still the round of 4, and I don't know if this is the last match or not. I don't even know how many matches these guys have played. I think only 1, so there may be 1 more. And after that we are into the finals, and I actually will cast the whole tournament apparently today. I said last time that I wouldn't do that anymore, but yeah, last time were 18 games, so that was ridiculous. This time it's less, so that's cool. 17 this time. So yeah, the Ultralisk is going to come in and they're going to completely wreck this whole base. Yeah, nothing that the Terran player can do about this. The Ultralisk is just too tanky. They may actually get this this orbital command. No, that's not what it's called. Planetary Fortress. There we go. Getting that before the repairs actually came in, because they do a crap ton of damage. The Terran, with his last ditch effort, is going to go all in on this. Oh, sieging his tanks too late, and now they have to unsiege and they have to move, and oh. Yeah, he has a huge tank line over here. And he may actually be able to pick off the Ultralisks, but the Ultralisks are not stupid. Well, the player controlling the Ultralisks is not stupid. He is not going to run into this tank line, I'm assuming. Yeah, not when he knows how many there are. Would be cool to see Bird Ultralisk actually own these tanks, because the tanks are moving around quite a bit, and if he just bursts his Ultralisks like at this base, like over here, would be pretty funny to see. Of course, if you get scanned, you're totally screwed, but yeah, well, it's the risk you have to take, right? Comes with the territory. So the Infestors, yeah, they are going to be the key to victory here. Because if you land a fungal growth over these troops, then you can pretty much pick them off at your leisure. But yeah, on the other side, as I said, the tanks are going to be really strong against the Ultralisks. The Ultralisks are not going to be able to get in close with those tanks, and the Medevac is going to die. 2 fungal growth and 3 infested Terrans apparently is the number. And more troops coming up. Greater Spire coming up, and this time the Greater Spire is actually a good idea. Because the Greater Spire is normally used, well, no, it's always used for Brute Lords, of course. But the Brute Lords normally are used to attack like Stalkers or Marines, and then the Stalkers blink or the Marines just stim and they run underneath the brute lords and just kill them. But in this case, I don't think that's going to happen. His main army is tanks because of the Ultralisk, and there are only very few Marines out. As you can see, 33 Marines are out. Oh no, that's since his entire army. Never mind. How many Marines are out? 29 Marines are out. So yeah, we're waiting for something to happen. And yeah, I think both players are afraid to engage. But yeah, the Zerg player is pretty happy with the current game state. He has control over this base. He just made a new base. He has this base under well. This base is still fully mining. This base is still fully mining, and I don't think he cares that there's nothing happening at this moment. Because can you see the difference there? First of all, he's maxed and the Terran is not. But also he has 4,000 more minerals and 3,000 more gas. That is huge. He can just suicide these Ultralisk in and then make a complete new batch of Ultralisks, and that is kind of ridiculous. So the entire Terran army coming in here, and if he catches the unsieged tanks, then they're going to die, but he is going to run away instead. He is going to be happy about well, just knowing where they are. No, he is going to go in. Yeah, he should know that he's pretty far ahead. Getting all of the unsieged tanks here, and yeah, he's going to just wipe everything off the map and probably not even lose that much. There you go, getting the GG. Yeah, it was just a matter of finding that army, and because the tanks weren't sieged, they couldn't really kill the Ultralisks, and yeah, he still had plenty of stuff ready to go, and as you can see, producing some brute lords just to find those tanks and kill them. But anyway, that was apparently the final match of the of this round of 4. So that means we're going to go into the finals, and I hope to see you there. GG.